In this video, I am going to tell about the static load carrying capacity, that is capital C naught, and dynamic load carrying capacity, that is capital C, of rolling contact bearing. Here I am using design data handbook of K. Madhavan and K. Ballavira Reddy, 4th edition. Basic static load rating or static load carrying capacity C naught. This is the load acting on the bearing when the shaft is stationary. The basic static load rating of a bearing is defined as the static radial load in case of radial ball or roller bearing, or axial load in case of thrust ball or roller bearing, which corresponds to a total permanent deformation of the ball and race at the most heavily stressed point of contact equal to 0.0001 times the ball diameter, given by Strebeck's equation. For clear understanding, let's have a look on the bold text only. That is static load carrying capacity, which corresponds to a total permanent deformation of the ball at the most heavily stressed point of contact equal to 0.000 times the ball diameter. This is the deformation which can be tolerated under this capacity in practice without any disturbance like noise or vibrations at all. For radial bearings, we have the value of static load carrying capacity, which is given in the design data handbook of K. Madhavan and K. Ballavira Reddy. But we are not using this anymore because here are the some parameters. We don't have the value of these parameters like I, Z. So if we need the value of static load carrying capacity, that is C naught, as far as the design of ball bearing or roller bearing is concerned, then we have to take the value from the table 16.9a and b from the design data handbook. Again, for the radial roller bearing, if we need the value of static load carrying capacity, that is C naught, we have to see the table 16.9a and b. Depend on the bearing, which type of bearing we are designing, but we are not using this formula at all because some of the parameters here we don't have the value of these parameters. So to get the exact value of dynamic load carrying capacity, see the table in design data handbook and take the value. Again, for thrust ball bearing and roller bearing, we have the equation in design data handbook, but we are not using this equation as we have the value in the given table of the respective bearing which we are designing. Static equivalent radial load and thrust load. As we all know that in actual application, force acting on the bearing has two components, radial and thrust. It is therefore necessary to convert two components into a single hypothetical load, that is the static equivalent radial load. If there is purely radial load is existing, it means equivalent radial load, static equivalent radial load is the combination of both the loads. It can be both the load or it is specifically radial or axial load only. If the bearing is subjected to radial load only, then the equivalent static load is equal to Fr. That is P naught is equal to Fr only. If the bearing is subjected to axial load only, then in that case P naught is equal to Fa. And for the radial and thrust factors, see the table 16.6, get the value of those factors, put in the equation and get the value of P naught, that is static equivalent load. Basic dynamic load rating or load carrying capacity. The life of a ball bearing is limited by the fatigue failure at the surface of balls or races. So I can say that the dynamic load carrying capacity of the bearing is therefore based on the fatigue life of the bearing. Since we all know that the life of the single bearing is difficult to predict, so it is necessary to define the life with respect to the group of bearing as far as the statistical average performance of the bearing is concerned, of the group of bearing is concerned. So the bearings are rated one of the two criteria. First is average life of the group of bearing, and the second is the life which 90% of the bearings will reach or exceed. Mainly second criteria is widely used in bearing industry, theoretically as well as in a practical manner. According to the first criteria, let's suppose in a group of 10 bearings, if we count the revolution of each bearing under test, and after that if we take the average of all the 10 bearings with respect to its life in revolution, then we will get the average life. According to the second criteria or second method, which we are taking generally for the rated life of the bearing, in a group of again 10 bearing, if we rotate all the bearings and after that we will see that what is the figure or value of minimum revolution which 90% of the bearings are attaining, then that revolution, or I can say that minimum revolution, represents the life of each bearing in that group. And also we can say that that is the rated life of the bearing, of each and every bearing in that group. Rated life of a group of identical ball or roller bearing is defined as the number of revolutions that 90% of group of bearings will complete or exceed before the first evidence of fatigue develops. That is, only 10% of the group of bearing fail due to fatigue. So at last, the dynamic load carrying capacity of a bearing is defined as the radial load in radial bearings or thrust load in thrust bearings that can be carried for a minimum life of 1 million revolution. The dynamic load carrying capacity is based on the assumption that inner race is rotating while the outer race is stationary. We have the value of dynamic load carrying capacity from the design data handbook of K. Mahadevan and K. Balavira Reddy. By using equation 16.5a and b, we can calculate the dynamic load carrying capacity, but as far as the design of ball and roller bearing is concerned, we are not using this equation because we will not have the value of some parameters, like we don't have the value of FC and we don't have the value of dm, that is pitch circle diameter of the ball set. So therefore we will not use this empirical formula to find the dynamic load carrying capacity. We will use the load life equation to find the same, that we will discuss afterwards after this slide. And also we have the value of dynamic load carrying capacity, that is capital C, in the table 16.9 A and B, as we are designing here the deep groove ball bearing. So we are not using this equation. Again, for radial roller bearing, same concept as in the radial ball bearing. equivalent dynamic load, that is capital P. Capital P is equal to XVFR plus YFA. Here P is equal to the equivalent dynamic load. X is the radial load factor, V rotational factor, FR radial load, Y axial load factor, FA axial load. The mathematical equation is same as the static equivalent load, and it is defined as the constant radial load in radial bearings which, if applied to the bearing, would give the same life as that which the bearing will attain under actual condition of forces. The definition of this equivalent dynamic load is same as the definition of static equivalent load, but along with one condition. Static equivalent load is working under a static condition, and this equivalent dynamic load is working under dynamic condition. The value of V, X and Y is given in the design data handbook. We can use the respective table. In this, one thing you have to keep in your mind that when the bearing is subjected to purely radial load FR, in that case equivalent dynamic load, that is capital P, equal to FR only. If the bearing is subjected to purely axial load or thrust load, then it means capital P equal to FA only. It is same as that in the static equivalent load. This is the equation 16.6 given in the design data handbook, and with the help of table 16.3 we could have the value of X, V and Y. If we have the value of X, V and Y, we can easily get the value of capital B, that is equivalent dynamic load. For radial roller bearing, the equation is this. Now, load life relationship. The relationship between dynamic load carrying capacity, equivalent dynamic load and the bearing life is given as Ln is equal to capital C upon capital P raised to the power 3 for ball bearing and raised to the power 10 upon 3 for roller bearing. It is given in equation 16.4 A and B. Here Ln is equal to the life of bearing. One thing you have to remember that here you have to put the value of life of the bearing in millions of revolution always, whenever you are designing the ball bearing or roller bearing. Here capital C is equal to the dynamic load carrying capacity and capital P is equal to the equivalent dynamic load. After that, we can also convert this life of the bearing, which is in millions of revolution, to in hours. With the help of this equation, Ln is equal to 60 into N into L10H. This is not LH, this is L10H. L10H means the life of the bearing with respect to 90% reliability upon 10 raised to the power 6. Here N is the revolution per minute.